Okay. Hi. I started grooming when I was 12 years old in the outskirts of Sao Paulo, Brazil. It was something that I kind of fell into it. My sister had a small dog inside of the house. It was the first time I actually learned to like dogs because I used to be scared of them before. But having a dog inside of the house, you see them in a different way, right? I think what inspired me to take dog grooming for the next level was because I looked outside of my industry to find inspiration. So I thought, what did the other hairstylists did, the fashion designers, that they created a brand that lasted long after they passed. So I thought, why not? I can do that with dog grooming, right? For a colorful transformation, it really depends. If the dog has short hair and it's just a leopard print and it's a small dog, it just takes like an hour. But if it's a big dog, fluffy, like the giraffe design, that takes about 3.5 hours. There's all kinds of stories and reasons of why people come to these transformations. People fly from everywhere in the country. I had clients from New York, from Miami, from Atlanta. This week we had one from North Carolina. And they come either for a celebration, sometimes they just want their dog to look cool. We had dogs that were therapy animals for kids with disabilities. We had a person that had a heart design because she was celebrating beating breast cancer. So they all have their reasons, but ultimately, I think this type of work just brings a lot of joy to everyone around. You know, the dog owners, the dog gets a lot of attention. So if the dog is social, they just get all the attention in the world. You know, coming from Brazil, from the slums of Brazil, making all the way to the Hollywood was something that was beyond my imagination. But I didn't really consider myself a creative groomer when I participated of Push Perfect. My entire career I focused on show dogs, so I've learned a lot of the structure, dynamic movement of the dogs, and I was challenged there to use my creativity. I think the people that say that this is inhumane or is animal abuse, it comes from a lack of knowledge of the general audience to know how dogs work, how they think. Dogs don't judge, they don't make fun of other dogs. I use the digital like powder. And when it comes to the health of the dogs, all these products are developed for pets. They're non-toxic. Dogs have changed my life. I would never do anything that would potentially jeopardize their dog's skin or their health. So far, we have done hundreds of transformations. We do collars here every day, and we have 0 cases of any allergies or anything. The dye is like a stain. It's different from human hair dye, so it doesn't penetrate the hair shaft. And over time, the hair grows out and the color fades. It depends. But it doesn't stain the couch. It doesn't stain clothes. Depending of the dog, it would take about 3 months for the hair to grow out and you can trim it off. Or depending of the cycle of the dog hair and the type of the fur, it might take even 6 to 8 months. So sometimes it's quite of a commitment. Cover up the ear, but the tip of it to show. Imagine if all the hairs are spikes. I think when I was putting this together, I was just wanting to create a space where I felt like an artist and everybody in here felt like an artist. I wanted to change the experience that the customers had when they walked in here. You know, I didn't want it to just feel like a dog store. You know, I wanted to feel inspiring. There is like art all over the walls. There is art even where the owners can't see. The creative transformations range between $500 and $1,200. So it depends on the design that you want, how big is the dog, and how crazy is the idea. Such a cute dog. This dog. So this technique right here, it's hand stripping. The dogs look like loving, living sculptures, you know? They can look incredible. And that was always my goal. I always wanted to make even those dogs that were all, you know, shaved downs and full of ticks and fleas. I always wanted to make them look incredible, and I think that's what's been driving me to today. Aw, she's so cute.